You're listening to the Free to Be Mindful podcast, which provides bite-sized tips for busy parents, educators, and anyone working with kids. These real talk conversations focus on mindful living, mental health, and personal growth, helping all to learn, grow, and inspire with mindfulness in mind. I'm your host, Vanessa de Jesus Guzman, educator, licensed professional counselor, entrepreneur, and mom. I'm passionate about helping folks live life with peace of mind and ease of heart while not losing their, well, you know, here we go. Have you ever tried to practice meditation but have no idea if it's working or even if you're doing it right? Wouldn't it be awesome if there was something to let you know when you're in the zone, to let you know to do more of that? Well, there is something that does exactly that. It's called MUSE. MUSE is a brain sensing headband that helps you find more calm, sharper focus, and better sleep. It does this by measuring your brain waves and lets you know exactly when you're in a meditative state. It's an awesome tool for kids and for adults alike. You can get 15% off any MUSE product by clicking the link in the show notes below. Check them out at choosemuse.com. And again, don't forget to use that link for 15% discount at checkout. Hi, and welcome back. I hope that you're feeling good, looking good, and doing better in this world than you were yesterday. Thanks so much for listening in. Be sure to subscribe wherever it is that you're listening so you don't miss the next episode. And if you have the opportunity, I would greatly appreciate it if you can rate and review the podcast. And as a thank you, I have created a resource guide titled How to Talk to Your Kids Without Losing Your Cool. This is a perfect resource for educators and parents who are looking for language to use to help kids make better choices, to help them feel better, and to engage in what I call first-time listening. You can get it for free by looking at the show notes where the link is provided. So this week, my own son got a little bit more mouthy than usual. Now, don't get me wrong, he's an awesome kid, but sometimes it seems as though he has an answer and a response to everything. Not only does he always have something to say, but he also has no qualms about sharing what it is that he's thinking. When I think back to when I was a kid, though, I would have never, ever dared to speak up. Now, some of that is due to personality, and the other bit is due to my parents' parenting style. It was just known that whatever they said was what was going to happen. Whatever they said went. And there wasn't an inkling to ever want to challenge their way of thinking, at least not out loud. And if I ever did, there'd be a consequence that is seen unfavorable in this day and age, but back then it was just different. Back to the present day now. It seems as though some parents struggle with the idea of raising our youth to be confident kids who are somehow just supposed to know when it's okay to speak up and when it's not. It's that confidence that allows kids to be secure in their answers and to feel comfortable in speaking up whenever they need to. And as parents and educators, it's we who have the responsibility of instilling confidence within our kids. So how do we do that and take care of this delicate balance? Here are 5 tips to help you instill confidence in your kids. The first, encourage kids to try new things. They may naturally not be good at everything, but having an open mind to new things shows how brave they can be. Also, learning new things diversifies their skills and interests. The second tip is don't be afraid to make mistakes, and try not to have your kids be afraid of making their own mistakes either. When kids understand that they can learn from their mistakes, they develop a growth mindset and in the end will learn more about life and more about themselves than if they had a fixed mindset where they just stick to the few things that they know and that they do well. The third tip is celebrate the small wins. Getting that praise from those they love helps kids create healthy internal dialogue so that then they become their own cheerleader and learn to persevere in times of need on their own. The fourth is set goals. Teach kids how to chunk long-term goals into manageable chunks to be able to reach them and celebrate along the way. Accomplishing goals helps validate their skills and their efforts and just helps them keep going. And the fifth, do more of what makes you happy. Doing the right thing, engaging more in the areas of your own interests, and plainly doing what makes you happy all builds confidence. With time, it's easier to let go of what others think and just focus on what the person in the mirror thinks for themselves. So these are tips not only for kids, but also for us as adults too. It may be our individual hopes that when our kids get older, they grow into well-adjusted, confident kids. And to help this process, though, they need the people that they look up to in their lives to model this behavior for them. Sometimes we too need to be reminded to be ourselves, to not fall into the comparison trap. We don't have to keep up with the Joneses to feel good about ourselves. So for a bonus tip, be sure to engage in positive self-talk throughout the day, each and every day. And at the end of every day, reflect on what went well and give gratitude for those things. Focusing on the positive throughout each day and reflecting on the positive things at the end of the day brings more positivity into our lives. And when we do this as adults, we show kids that this is something that they can do for themselves also. It is my firm belief that having confidence in our own abilities helps with any of the struggles we come across throughout our lives, as believing in ourselves is always half the battle. May we lead lives filled with happiness, peace, and confidence in our own abilities. So right now, regardless of where you are or what you're doing, bring awareness to your breath. Focus on your breath as you breathe in and as you slowly let your breath go. As you continue to breathe at your own pace, if you're in front of a mirror, that would be helpful. But if you're not, just picture yourself looking into a mirror. Look at or think of the things you love and appreciate about yourself. Perhaps these are things that you see externally, or perhaps they're things within your own heart. Really stay focused on these positive aspects of yourself. Now, think of the person you want to be. Perhaps it is who you are right now. And if there's something that you would like to work on, think of that. Take a moment to reflect on each of these statements I will now mention, and fill in the blanks with a positive word. I am. I can be. I will. Take a deep breath in, filled with positivity and belief of yourself, and know that you can be the person you've always dreamed of being. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. It would mean a ton if you took this moment to review the Free to Be Mindful podcast on the platform you catch your favorite shows. That quick and easy act lets me know what you enjoy, and it helps others find the podcast too. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can listen along next week. In the meantime, I welcome you to catch me on social media at Counselor V de Jesus. And as always, remember, in a world where you are free to be anything that you want to be, you are always free to be mindful. Catch you next week.